A developing story to tell you about this morning. NASA has just announced that it will not launch Space Shuttle Endeavour on its last voyage is scheduled tomorrow. In fact, the launch is off probably until the end of the week at least. A glitch in the power system postponed Friday's scheduled launch. Well, we all know how tough the economy still is for thousands in our area.
And now a 65-year-old Roselle man who couldn't find construction work here is really going to extremes, traveling thousands of miles. He's signed on to do construction work in Afghanistan, and he leaves behind his ailing wife and an adult son. So the story is in today's Daily Herald, and Beth Mistretta from the Herald is here to tell us more about what this is all about. So certainly we think about hard times, and he has fell upon hard times. He used to be an electrician, an investigator,
an electrical inspector, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's having to go this length to get a job.
Correct. He was an electrician and an electrical inspector for the better part of 40 years, and for the in most recent years he was working in a housing development in Yorkville, and when the housing market took a dive, so did his job, and him and his adult son were both on unemployment for the past year, and the regular routes of looking for jobs just weren't going the way that they normally did, so he went to a different measure.
And at his age and with his wife's illness, this really had to be a last resort for him. Tell us his thoughts as he gets ready to go.
Surprisingly, he's pretty upbeat. He's a veteran, so I think this is kind of old hat for him. He served in Vietnam, and I think they've worked it out, and I think it's a better feeling than I mean, I can't speak for him, but probably better feeling than that uncertainty of being on unemployment and looking for work.
You know, we've been talking about, obviously, a lot of people facing tough times like him, too. But when you look at the numbers, it's improving slightly.
Slightly, yes. I mean, unemployment in Illinois is going down and has for the past, I want to say, 7 consecutive months. But, I mean, you look at the numbers, too. I mean, right now, unemployment in Illinois is a little bit above 9%. But just 3 years ago, before the recession hit, it was at 4.7%. So that's a big difference.
And it can be very isolated to specific areas. This man's from Yorkville, which, of course, was for a long time on the outer fringes of Chicago. There was a building boom that would help somebody in the construction trade, but then we all know what happened to that.
Right, exactly. He's from Roselle, but he was working in Yorkville, and Yorkville was, like you said, a huge boom, and that's what he said, too. He's like, one of the things he said is you had houses going up like mushrooms coming out of the ground, and then slowly their work days went to 6 hours, and then soon there just wasn't the work.
It'll be interesting to hear how his work experience goes in Afghanistan from his standpoint and being of his age, too.
Yeah, but you know what, talking about his age, he's very vibrant and vivacious in that. He feels like he's ready to go.
Right.
We hope it's safe for him.
Yes.
Thank you, Beth Mistretta from the Daily Herald. Thanks for joining us, and you can see Beth's full story in today's Daily Herald or online at dailyherald.com.
And we're just minutes from the start of the MS Walk here in Chicago.